Drop a comment right now. Where are you watching this from and what time is it there? Because what I'm about to reveal about this mysterious S-shaped country will make you question everything you thought you knew about living abroad. Picture this. You wake up in a country where your morning coffee costs 50 cents, your rent is $200, and you're surrounded by some of the most beautiful women in Asia. Sounds impossible? Welcome to Vietnam, the country that's quietly becoming the world's best-kept retirement secret. But here's the thing that'll shock you. Chapter 1. The geography that changes everything. Vietnam isn't just any country. This S-shaped nation stretches like a dragon along Southeast Asia's coastline, and its position is absolutely genius. Bordering China to the north and opening to the vast East Sea, Vietnam sits at the crossroads of major trade routes connecting China, India, and all of Southeast Asia. The country spans 331,212 square kilometers, roughly the size of New Mexico. But here's where it gets interesting. From the towering Phan Xipang Peak at 3,143 meters, the highest in Southeast Asia, to pristine beaches that Forbes called among the world's most beautiful. Vietnam packs more diversity into its borders than countries 10 times its size. And that coastline? Over 3,260 kilometers of pure paradise, including Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that looks like something from Avatar. The climate alone is worth the move. The north has 4 distinct seasons, the south stays warm year-round, and the central region? It's complex enough to keep life interesting. Where else can you experience spring cherry blossoms and tropical beaches in the same country? Chapter 2. The population explosion you need to know about. Here's something that'll blow your mind. Vietnam is home to nearly 100 million people, making it the 15th most populous country on Earth. But buried in that massive number is a cultural gold mine, 54 distinct ethnic groups. The King people make up about 85 to 90% of the population, but the remaining groups, Hmong, Thai, Tay, Morng, and Khmer, have created a cultural tapestry so rich it'll make your head spin. Each group brings its own festivals, customs, and traditions that have been preserved for centuries. But here's the kicker that nobody talks about. Chapter 3. The Vietnamese Women's Secret. This will surprise you. Vietnamese women consistently rank among Asia's most beautiful, according to Insider Monkey's rankings. But here's what's really shocking. It's not just about looks. Vietnam holds the Southeast Asian record for female-led businesses at 40%, crushing the global average of just 28%. Take Nguyen Phuong Thiao, Southeast Asia's first self-made female billionaire who's inspiring millions. But here's the brutal reality nobody mentions. These incredible women spend over 5 hours daily on housework while running companies. Their success often goes unnoticed because they're doing double the work without complaints. The dating scene? It's evolving fast. More Vietnamese women are finding partners through apps, and cohabitation before marriage has increased 25% in recent years. They're not just beautiful and capable, they're revolutionizing how love works in modern Asia. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out on life-changing content like this. The subscribe button is right there, and honestly, if you don't hit it now, you'll probably forget and miss the next incredible destination that could transform your life forever. Chapter 4. The Motorbike Kingdom that defines a nation. Ready for this? Vietnam has 75 million registered motorbikes for 100 million people. That's nearly 1 bike for every person, including babies. In cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, motorbikes make up 85 to 90% of all traffic. Walking through the streets feels like navigating a river of engines, horns, and organized chaos that somehow just works. These aren't just vehicles, they're lifelines. Vietnamese people use motorbikes to deliver everything from fresh groceries to entire refrigerators, even live pigs. It's a transportation ecosystem that's both terrifying and brilliant. Picture the morning rush hour. Thousands of colorful helmets bobbing through narrow alleyways, vendors balancing impossible loads, the air thick with exhaust and opportunity. It's sensory overload in the best way possible. Never run when crossing the street. Never stop suddenly. Walk slowly and steadily. The motorbike drivers will flow around you like water. It's an art form, and mastering it means you've truly arrived in Vietnam.
Chapter 5. Legal loopholes that seem impossible. Want your mind blown? Things that would get you arrested in most countries are perfectly legal, even encouraged in Vietnam. Sidewalk barbershops? Completely normal. A plastic stool, a mirror, and basic tools transform any street corner into a bustling salon. Your haircut costs less than a coffee back home, and you get entertainment watching the city wake up around you. Drinking beer on the street? Not only legal, but encouraged. Parks, sidewalks, even busy pedestrian areas become instant beer gardens. A small table, plastic chairs, and ice-cold beer. That's all you need for a perfect evening. You can buy prescription medication without prescriptions. Describe your symptoms to a pharmacist, and you walk out with treatment. It saves hours of waiting and hundreds in consultation fees. But here's what's really wild. Chapter 6. Ancient traditions that defy modern logic. The Hmong people practice bride kidnapping, but before you freak out, it's actually a consensual courtship ritual. When two people agree to marry, the man kidnaps his bride-to-be to formalize the proposal. If she stays willingly and families agree, a wedding follows. If not, she's free to leave, no questions asked. The Lo and Tay people organize wedding ceremonies lasting several days. Guests literally get exhausted before reaching the feast. Meanwhile, Thai women propose to men and grooms move into their wives' homes afterwards, a matriarchal system rare in Asia. Even death rituals blow Western minds. The Lo and Tay feed deceased family members, bringing food to their mouths, believing the soul remains present. The Hani create wooden statues, replacing the dead, then invite ancestors to eat and chat beside them. These aren't primitive customs, they're sophisticated social systems that have worked for centuries. Chapter 8. A durable cafeteria trims busy Asia. Vietnam is the world's second largest coffee exporter, trailing only Brazil. But here's the secret. They dominate the Robusta market with 40% of global production. While everyone obsesses over mild Arabica, Vietnamese Robusta packs bold, intense flavors with higher caffeine content. From these beans comes civet coffee, one of the world's 10 most expensive coffees, a luxury symbol among connoisseurs. But the real magic? Vietnamese brewing methods. Iced milk coffee earned CNN recognition as one of the world's best. Egg coffee got praised by National Geographic as coffee you must try before you die. Salt coffee, coconut coffee, they're turning simple beans into liquid art. Picture tiny plastic stools on busy sidewalks, the slow drip of coffee through metal filters, condensed milk swirling into dark liquid gold, ice clinking in glasses as motorbikes buzz past. This isn't just coffee culture, it's a way of life. Chapter 9. The egg protein and white wooden math test. Vietnam consistently ranks among the top 15 agricultural exporters globally, holding #1 positions in multiple commodities that will shock you. Cashew nuts? Vietnam dominates completely in quantity and value. Black pepper? They own that market too. Dragon fruit? Over 80% of global supply comes from this S-shaped powerhouse. Their ST25 rice variety was crowned the world's best rice. Vietnamese farm shrimp compete globally. Tropical fruits flood international markets from Vietnamese farms. How? 3 factors. Widespread tropical monsoon climate, creating perfect growing conditions, fertile land with dense river networks, and agricultural workers renowned for diligence and innovation. Look, if you're still watching without subscribing, you're literally choosing to miss content that could change your entire perspective on living abroad. Don't be that person who discovers this channel months from now wishing they'd subscribed earlier. Hit that button now. Chapter 9. The cave that humbles Earth itself. Son Delin Cave, the world's largest cave, sits hidden in Vietnam's Phong Nha Baicang National Park. When I say largest, I mean it could contain a 40-story building with room to spare. 9 kilometers long, 200 meters high, 150 meters wide, formed over 2 to 5 million years by underground rivers carving through limestone layers. Inside, a primeval forest and underground river creating an ecosystem like nowhere else on Earth. Giant stalactites reach 80 meters tall, limestone sculptures formed over millions of years, creating a natural cathedral that makes human architecture look like toys. Only 1,000 tourists per year can visit, and expeditions cost $3,000. It's expensive, exclusive, but completely worth adding to any adventure bucket list. The BBC called it Vietnam's gift to adventurers. When you realize places like this exist, suddenly Vietnam seems less like a developing country and more like a natural wonderland. Chapter 10. Floating markets that redefine shopping. Forget shopping malls. In Vietnam's Mekong Delta, people shop on rivers. Every morning, hundreds of boats gather, creating floating supermarkets. Each boat is a specialized store. Fruits, vegetables, seafood, coffee, even hot meals prepared on board while boats sway on gentle waves. The genius part? No advertising needed. Vendors hang samples of their goods on tall poles at boats' fronts. Buyers see what they want and row over. It's like floating billboards that actually work. Kairong Floating Market in Kantor earned CNN recognition as one of the world's most unique markets. Where else can you order coffee and pho without leaving your boat, served by vendors who cook while rowing through morning mist? Dawn light filtering through river fog, wooden boats loaded with colorful produce, vendors calling out prices in sing-song Vietnamese, the gentle splash of oars and aromas of ripe fruits and cooking noodles mixing in humid air. It's shopping as performance art. Chapter 11. The language that breaks brains. Vietnamese consistently ranks among the world's most difficult languages, especially for Westerners. 6 tones mean changing your voice completely alters word meanings. 1 syllable, 6 different meanings depending on how you say it. Multi-meaning vocabulary makes context everything. The same word means different things in different situations, turning conversations into linguistic puzzles. Pronouns and addressing systems are incredibly complex. It's not just I and you like English. Vietnamese has dozens of ways to refer to people based on age, status, and relationship. Speaking Vietnamese is like playing mental chess while having a conversation. Despite the difficulty, mastering even basic Vietnamese opens doors that English never could. Locals appreciate efforts so much that attempting their language instantly transforms you from tourist to honored guest. Chapter 12. Spiritual diversity that defines peace. Vietnam blends Buddhism, Mother Goddess worship, and ancestor worship into harmonious spiritual life that touches everything. Buddhism, introduced centuries ago, manifests through ancient pagodas, life philosophies, and major festivals. Vietnam hosting the UN Vesak celebration in 2025 with over 80 countries confirms Buddhism's regional importance. Mother Goddess worship honors deities like Liu Hang and Yuan Quan, reflecting respect for nature and femininity. Hao Dong rituals combine ceremony, music, and costume, earning UNESCO recognition as unique cultural heritage. Ancestor worship, though simple, plays core roles in Vietnamese family life. Home altars aren't just memorial spaces, they're symbols of bloodline continuity, following the principle, eating fruit, remember the grower. This spiritual diversity creates inclusive culture where ancient traditions and modern life coexist beautifully. Chapter 14. Must-visit places that redefine beauty. Hanoi, Vietnam's 1,000-year-old capital, blends French colonial architecture with ancient temples and vibrant street life. The Old Quarter tells stories through narrow alleys, Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum honors revolutionary history, and egg coffee shops serve liquid gold in tiny cups. Hue preserves Nguyen Dynasty historical and cultural values through Imperial City UNESCO World Heritage Sites and ancient royal tombs. Royal cuisine featuring rich bun bo and refined bang nam create dining experiences fit for emperors. Sapa offers mountain peace with cool climates, ethnic minority villages, and vast terraced rice fields, creating landscapes photographers dream about. Trekking through Hmong and Dao villages leads to Phuntsapon Peak, Southeast Asia's highest mountain. Halong Bay showcases 1,600 magnificent limestone islands, earning UNESCO World Natural Heritage status. Cruising by boat, exploring mysterious caves, kayaking through emerald waters creates experiences that redefine natural beauty. Phu Quoc provides island paradise with fine white sand beaches, crystal blue water, and luxury resorts. Diving, swimming, sunset watching from beach bars, and night market seafood complete perfect tropical getaways.
Chapter 15: Cuisine that Conquers the World. Vietnamese cuisine creates flavor journeys where regional differences tell cultural stories unlike anywhere else. Northern cuisine impresses with light, delicate, less spicy dishes. Bung Tong, Hanoi Pho, Bun Cha focus on preserving natural sweetness from bone broths and vegetables. CNN recognized pho among the world's top 50 dishes, while President Obama's Bun Cha experience made Hanoi's version globally famous. Central region cuisine becomes bolder, spicier, more colorful. Bun Bo Hui, Bung Bao, Mi Quang aren't just delicious, they're edible art, reflecting former imperial capital sophistication. Careful preparation and presentation show royal banquet influences. Southern cuisine welcomes visitors with liberal ingredient combinations and flavors. Characteristic rich sweetness, diverse ingredients, and cultural intersections of Khmer, Chinese, and Cham cuisines create unique dishes like Hu Tio and Bung Seo. Steam rising from pho bowls at dawn, vendors chopping fresh herbs with lightning speed, sizzling Bung Seo pancakes golden in cast-iron pans, the satisfied expressions of locals slurping noodles on tiny plastic stools while motorbikes buzz past. Chapter 16: Living Costs That Defy Logic. Living in Vietnam doesn't just offer rich cultural experiences, it surprises with incredibly affordable costs that make Western expenses look ridiculous. Big cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City offer one-bedroom apartments in city centers for $400 to $800 monthly. Studios or outer area apartments cost just $250 to $500. Utilities for electricity, water, and internet run $50 to $100 monthly. Street food dishes like bun, pho, or com tam cost $1 to $2 per portion, with flavors beating many international restaurants. High-end restaurant dinners cost about $15 per person. Weekly grocery shopping for fresh ingredients requires only $25. Transportation stays incredibly cheap. Bus rides cost 40 cents. Taxis or Grab rides for short distances run $3 to $5. Monthly motorbike rentals cost around $50. Other expenses remain equally affordable. Gym memberships cost $15 to $50 monthly. Laundry runs $1 to $2 per kilogram. Basic dental checkups cost $10 to $30. Total monthly living costs for one person range $700 to $900. This standard of living means every dollar buys convenience and daily joy. The truth about Vietnam that changes everything. Vietnam represents more than affordable living. It's complete lifestyle transformation, where ancient wisdom meets modern opportunity. From S-shaped geography connecting major trade routes to floating markets that redefine commerce. From spiritual diversity that creates peace to festivals that never stop celebrating life, Vietnam offers experiences that Western countries simply cannot match. The food culture alone, where $2 buys restaurant meals that shame expensive Western establishments, makes Vietnam irresistible. Add motorbike adventures through mountain villages, coffee traditions that created global phenomena, and costs so low they seem fictional, and you understand why Americans are leaving forever. Here's the brutal truth. Most people watching this video will close the video, forget everything they learned, and keep living paycheck to paycheck in overpriced Western cities. Don't be most people. If this video opened your eyes to possibilities you never considered, prove it by subscribing right now. And if you won't subscribe, at least have the courage to comment below explaining why you're choosing to limit your own growth. Which Vietnamese destination would you move to tomorrow? Share your thoughts below. And remember, every day you delay exploring these opportunities is another day of expensive Western living you'll never get back. Vietnam isn't waiting. The question is, are you ready to stop dreaming and start living?